Welcome into To Your Health. You know, I'm getting a little bit up in age, and of course, if I put my two fingers up like this, there's a noticeable difference between this finger and that finger. Carl Schmidt's with us today from the Herb Shop in Montgomery, Alabama on Vaughan Road, a naturopath. Carl, that's arthritis right there, right? And so what's basically, people will say, well, we're getting older, we're supposed to get arthritis. We're not supposed to get anything, are we?
No.
Talk to me about arthritis.
Well, arthritis, arthritis is a joint,
right?
And the itis is
inflammation, right?
We had, other itises, like bronchitis,
right?
Is or bursitis,
appendicitis,
any itis. Right. So in natural health, we want to anticipate something happening before it happens.
Okay.
But once it is there and you haven't been maintaining, it may take a little more support to get the body back to where it doesn't have that issue. Particularly in natural health, we want to change our thinking to maintenance and prevention instead of reaction and a pill for an ill kind of thing. We want to go, what have I not been maintaining? I mean, when you have a flat tire somewhere, it dawns on you probably didn't maintain, you didn't check your tire pressure, you didn't do something, or a warning light on your dash comes on, you go, okay, I've got to maintain things better. So maintaining our body is our own personal responsibility, and many people at different times in their later years have arthritis or joint pain. And the most common nutrients, it goes back to the pH of the body and the minerals in the body. And actually the bones will release minerals, particularly calcium, through periods of acid stresses on the body. And many things we eat as a culture are very acidic. And we offer alkaline water at the Herb Shop, and we help people understand how to monitor their pH. But as a joint, whether it's a finger or your backbone or your hips, they can calcify and start to have almost like spurs on the ends of the joints and start to wear out. And then the ends of joints can have different compositions of tissue that's comprised of nutrients, glucosamine, chondroitin, hyaluronic acid. There's nutrients that will feed and support joint tissue so that the joint can slide better and move through its function better. And so we want to support those. Other common nutrients are collagen based, and collagen is available in lots of different forms, from pills to gummies to powders. And then essential fatty acids, good oils, are another part. So many of our vitamin packages have many of these things already in them. And then once you're feeling a little stiffness and aches, then we may need to up some of these other nutrients like the glucosamine, chondroitin, and MSM, and collagen will help get that joint working better. And then the minerals will help. We have some minerals where we've seen people year after year take these mineral supplements, and they report increased bone density, whereas the doctor told them that wasn't even possible. But with when we have that's called osteo-vegan, excuse me, it's minerals from different sea plants and an algae from the ocean, and so it's a vegetarian-based mineral, and it helps build those not only bones but the joints to reduce the arthritic issues. So there's a lot of support, but mostly preventative care is where we start. So even in your 30s, 40s, it's good to maintain and prevent things.
They start at that point.
Don't wait until you have these symptoms. In natural health, in the years I've done this, I see people of all ages, and I can see things coming. So I help you kind of avoid those pitfalls that most people find themselves getting into, that arthritic pain or that joint pain because they just didn't maintain.
Well, it's very interesting because I am left-handed. Now, this hand here, I'm not having problems with it, but it's all focusing on, this is the biggest problem, and then I feel more arthritis pain in these other areas, but that's the one that really I need to be looking at. But is there a reason why one of them would be It
Well,
could
I
be
mean, if you're
because
left-handed, you're going to use that hand
Okay,
more.
so that's-
so it's worn. It's had more wear.
okay, because you think, well, use it or lose it.
Right, right.
But I'm not. But
So-
anyway, I needed to have started earlier on.
Right, but repetitive task, and that's where people that have maybe work in an office environment, they're on a keyboard all day doing things. They need to know how to take a break from that and stretch and get their hands in a different position and maybe put their hands above their head for a moment periodically during the day, change their positions. They definitely want their desk and chair and keyboard ergonomically correct so that they don't put an undue stress on their wrists and hands. So a common other situation is carpal tunnel, where there's
Yes.
a nerve that goes through the wrist, and that starts to calcify and choke the nerves that go through that carpal. And so that's another example of how that calcification, because of the pH, it's just this, one thing leads to another. And the B6 is a good herb or vitamin that can help with the carpal tunnel, along with perhaps collagen and MSM and glucosamine.
Carl, thank you so much for the past few weeks you've been here. It's been very enlightening. Again, the Herb Shop is on Vaughan Road in Montgomery. They're open 6 days a week. Go by and just visit. He can do different kinds of tests to kind of say, well, where are you at right now? Where do you want to be? Absolutely. And we'll be right back right after this. Good. Piece of cake.